Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Good afternoon. I won't start unless I get a brief or a brisk good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests again. Welcome to 171 meeting of fellow Toastmasters. And with that welcome, I call to order today's VTC meeting. To boost your energy more, I am going to start the session with a riddle. That riddle goes like this. In early 1900s, elevator companies faced a problem. Because of slow moving elevators, there were a lot of problems, there were a lot of complaints from customers. How do you think that they would have solved this problem? Any guesses?
They put mirrors inside.
You know that answer?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, you know that answer, right? Guess data. Actually, that is the answer. They installed a mirror. So people were busy with the most important person for themselves. That is themselves. So throughout that session, they were involved in that mirror by seeing themselves, and that kept them hooked, and that problem was solved. So let's start with the regular SAA. I'll go with rules and then mission, and I will hand over the stage to PO. Start with the rules. The first rule is please ensure your phone is on mute. I will give 10 seconds to check that. The last rule is please maintain silence unless you compensate. Let's move on to why we are here. That is mission of Toastmasters. The mission of Toastmasters is to provide mutually positive environment to its members to develop their communication as well as leadership skills, which results in positive self-development. Let's end with etiquettes. Etiquettes of RVTC. There are two etiquettes that we follow. First is to precede a member's name with Toastmaster or guest name with guest. For example, guest Vani or guest Toastmaster Vani. The second etiquette is to follow the smooth transition. Whenever you're done with your speech, say thank you. Wait unless the next speaker comes on stage. Shake hands and hand over the stage. So that wraps up my introduction as SAA. I'll hand over the stage to presiding officer, Toastmaster Kaushik.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Monish. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Can I have a little bit louder this time?
Greetings.
Thank you. So, greetings and welcome to meeting number 171 of Vellore Toastmasters Club. So, that at first order, let us get introduction from our guests who have joined us here today. So join me on stage and just share your introduction. You could state your name, where you're from, your profession. State how you got to know about Toastmasters and what you're looking to get out of Toastmasters. So with that, could we start with you first? Join me on stage. You could say your name.
My name is Naitik and I am studying in Shishri Vidyashram, CBSE, and I am of class 12 now. Thank you.
We have your
Oh, me?
yes.
I don't think maybe put me on the spotlight. I didn't expect this.
Sorry.
Hello everyone, good evening. So myself Fatima Ruhi. So I grew up in Panama, that is a very small village. But I based out of Chennai location. I'm based out of Chennai location nearly 15 years. And I have been working in this firm called Grant Thornton. This is an audit firm. And been in the firm nearly 8 years. So As of now, I'm in Vellore, near to Kotteri. Why I have moved here, the reason is basically now I have my little daughter. So because of her, I have to take work from option. So because of that, I moved here. And since once I've started this working from home, I feel like I have sheltered in a life where I don't expose to talking people, because I've been looking to the system all the time, like 10 hours, 12 hours. So I just wanted to have a communication skill at least with the human beings, because I'm just stick to the system whole day. So I just wanted to explore new things. So I thought of founding new things. When I started surfing, I found out okay, Toastmasters is available in Chennai. Before that, I was looking whether it's available in Chennai, so that I'll go there and travel there. At least I'll have some my me time, so I'll travel along the way from to Chennai and I'll go to Toastmasters. But luckily, I found out here, so I thought of to see how Toastmasters will work and how this will work to my career. So that's it.
Thank you, Fatima. I think we've all come here with the same story. I think myself, when I contacted this club, when I joined, the VP membership was Toastmaster Darshini at that time. She asked me, why you're trying to join? I said, I came back to Vellore. I don't want to lose my English or anything. So similar reasons why we all come here. So thank you. Hope you'll have a nice over here. So with that, in the past week, with all the things that I could do, I was spending my time on YouTube Shorts, like all of us here. So, but I found something, I found a story, and I think it will resonate with all of us here. So, there is a farmer. So, he's looking for a person. There is a farmhand that he's looking for. So, there's a guy who comes through heavy recommendation. Okay? So, the farmer's like, why should I hire you? He says, I can sleep through any storm. He's like, he likes the confidence, so he hires him. So, he hires him, weeks pass by, it goes on. Then one night, there is heavy storm. Heavy storm. The farmer wakes up, he's like, oh shit, oh God, what happened to my horses? So he runs to the field, he sees the horses are not there. So he goes to the barn, he sees the horses are there, nicely tucked up, nothing happened to it. Then he's like, what about my tools? My tractor and everything. He runs back to the field, tractors are not there. He goes to the garage, the tractors are all safe. Then he goes and checks on his farmhand, what happened to him? He goes and he opens the door, the worst storm in his entire life, his farmhand is sleeping. So, can someone guess what's the moral of the story?
Anticipate a storm and prepare.
And prepare. Anyone else?
Everything in its place.
Everything in its place. One more?
And work is done before.
Exactly. Preparation, and once we do things that we are more confident, we have no stress. I'm sure here at Toastmasters, people who are giving speeches here today have a lovely time in their minds. And it's all throughout the week that we have this sort of stress, don't we? So, and it's also about preparation on the outside world. We want to communicate better outside, so we come and prepare here. And it's also fun. Right? So that's a story which I wanted to share with you. And another thing, if you notice today, that the Sergeant at Arms would have missed something. I want you all to guess what it is. I don't want the executive committee to answer.
Have fun.
Have fun?
Any mission of Toastmasters?
He said that. Anything else? He said the etiquettes.
Do not forget mention.
I think, yeah, it was a crucial part of our
Religion.
sex, religion and politics. Yeah. So we used to have, we have this thing about, don't speak about sex, religion and politics in Toastmasters. We went to the district conference and we learned about something. That rule is not a written rule on paper. It is just a rule that was imposed. And so it's upon the club if they want to continue further. And the executive committee, we came with a decision together that we will no longer have that rule. So the space is open for everyone to bring any other topic. I'm sure because Vellore Toastmaster Club is a professional club. We are from different backgrounds, professional people. We can handle all this politics, whatever it is, and we have better learning opportunity. So I just want to put that there. And with that, as we move on to the next part of the meeting, I would like to hand over the stage to a very special person. She is chartered accountant. She likes talking to people, and she's one of the most fun people that I've ever met. So over to the stage, Toastmaster Monica.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. First, I'll explain the structure of our Toastmaster meeting. Our Toastmaster meeting has 3 parts. The first one is prepared speeches, where our Toastmasters will prepare the speeches and they will deliver it here. Usually the timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. Each speech will be evaluated by a speaker evaluator. The second part is the most interesting part of the meeting. It is called as table topic session. It is more or less like an impromptu speaking, where the guest will be encouraged to come forward to the stage, and the table topic master will give a topic for the guest to speak. The guest can take 30 seconds of time to think whatever they want to speak, and they can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. The third part is the very important part. It is called as evaluation, where the speeches evaluated by the speakers, the evaluators will come forward and suggest the speakers regarding their strength and the weaknesses that they have delivered in the speech, and it is the most important part in our Toastmaster program. So now I would like to call our quote-master Vani to deliver a quote. So to say about Vani, multitasking is not everyone's cup of tea, but she does that effortlessly. She is a kind person, compassionate person. Whenever we talk to her, we always will find that she is a very warm-hearted person. With no further delay, let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Vani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. I think she can be the DMOD for the rest of the year because she's using so much of nice words. Okay. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As your Toastmaster today, I have a special treat for you. So instead of simply sharing codes and meanings, I would like to have a game. So I have selected some of the most famous quotes in history. You have to identify the author. Shall we play the game?
Yeah.
Okay. The first quote: "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." I'll give you a clue about the author. This author is a famous playwright and poet in 19th century. He is famous for his wit quotes. So many motivational quotes he used to say. Okay, that is Oscar Wilde. The second quote: "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." This is from a speech of a famous US president who was the president of, who was the president in?
Roosevelt.
No.
Obama.
No.
Obama?
No. He was the president during World War II.
Abraham?
No.
Give us 3 choices.
Huh?
Give us 3 choices.
I told no to John's answer and Caroline's answer. What's your answer?
Churches. Winston Churchill.
1 second. No.
Roosevelt?
Oh,
Yes.
I said Roosevelt.
Oh, dear. Sorry. Okay. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. This person was a very prominent figure in American civil rights movement.
Lincoln.
Yes, Martin Luther King. Okay. Okay. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. This person is a Nobel Prize winner in literature in 1913. He contributed towards Indian national anthem. Okay, Rabindranath Tagore. Okay. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. No.
Who's this guy?
This is he was Abdul Kalam. Okay. Thank you so much.
Any personal
Over to
quote
you.
from your side, we will say the
No, I don't have any.
No question that really.
Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
The theme for today's meeting is Memories and Milestone, a tribute to our school's legacy. So every time I used to start with a question, I'll start with a question again. What is a school?
Is a place to learn, second home.
It is a jail.
For Kaushik, Toastmaster Kaushik, it's always a jail.
There we can experience our identity.
Parents' paradise.
Yes. So education is the primary purpose, but apart from education, we learn so many things from our school. So let's go down our memory lane and think what are all the things that we learned from our school for our personal development. School days are often associated with two things. What are those?
Exams and holidays.
Fun.
Fun.
Friends.
Why do we like our school days so much?
Friends.
Friends.
Because of,
The food. Sharing food.
yeah, that is also there. Because of the innocence that we had at that time. We did not judge people at that time. We were so innocent and we spoke from our heart. Any of you remember the first day of your school? I don't remember. I clearly don't remember. Mr. John, you remember? Okay. I would like to hear your story when your turn comes. So, how would it have been? Have you ever imagined how you would have gone to the first day of your school?
Crying.
Maybe we are
Crying, for sure.
Parents dragging in,
Yeah.
dragging ourselves inside.
What would have happened after you enter your classroom?
We have met others and
Our first icebreaker speech would have been there at our kindergartens. So after that, after we started speaking, we would have made friends. Then after making friends, what we would have done?
lot of impromptu speech.
Yes. Then evaluation would have come. And then it would have been a parent's paradise really, sir. Then, so after we started speaking, we would have played. We would have shared our lunch boxes as our postmaster Ramesh said. So then we would have started listening to classes. So at kindergarten, how did we start learning alphabets? Simply by
Songs.
PPT?
No.
Songs.
Songs
Right.
and games. So through games and songs, we started conversing with people and we started learning. So once we started learning after we completed kindergarten, what is the next stage?
First time.
Yes,
Primary.
yeah, primary. So listening, there are two types of listening. What are they?
Active, passive.
So if you are listening actively, then it is active listening. What is passive listening?
Physically present, mentally absent.
Yeah, you should make sure that you are listening. So what we all will do, we'll make sure that our friends listen to the classes. We will have turns. This class I'll listen, that class you listen, and you tell me the summary. So from being a student, we will start becoming a teacher in our school life. So then, listening to classes, what will be the next thing? Exams will come for sure. So during test exams, what will happen? We will study. So we'll try to study the important things. We'll find a student like our Toastmaster Madhu Balaji in the class who is very efficient, who will, you will do that myself for your friends? You will not do. Okay. Then we hear this famous quote everywhere, like the most sincere prayers are heard in hospitals. The second most sincere prayers will be heard in after receiving the question paper. I don't know how many of you would have done this. I have really prayed to God. Even if I don't know the answer, you help me to write the answer. I should get 100 marks. At times, even I may not know the question also, but I should write the answers and I should get full marks. Then, after writing the answer scripts also, I used to pray. I used to tie the sheet and I used to give it to our teacher. Then the next terrifying part will not the submission of papers. Then when our faculty or teacher comes with the corrected bundles, then we will get to know what are all the traumas that we will go through. So usually the answer scripts will be distributed based on our numbers, right? So The first mind reading we started to learn from our school days when teachers started to distribute our answer scripts. The very first look that she will give will make us count the marks that we would have got. Yes or no? Yes. Then what will be the most interesting part or event in our school day that will happen apart from celebrations? No, apart from celebration, there's an event happening inside the school. Parent teachers meeting. So how many of you have, without any nervousness, have gone to your with your parents to attend parent teachers meeting?
As parent, a lot of nervousness.
No, as a student, sir, your father did not leave you alone even in the cricket ground. Then how you would have felt in your classroom? So what would have happened? In those days, how parents used to select your schools? The school which is nearby your home will be your school. So, if you are residing in a street, nearly 3 to 4 of your friends will be from the same school. And all your relatives will be studying in the same school. All the people whom you meet in social gatherings will also be there. So, whenever there is a parent-teachers meeting, everybody will get to know the real you. We will be imagining our teachers will be complaining and parents will be consoling us. The tables would have entirely turned when we enter a PTA meeting. What will happen? The parents will start complaining and the teachers will give good remarks about us. This has happened to me, really. So, now let's continue our theme in the next part of our session. Now I would like to call our general evaluator for the session, Toastmaster Kalaimani. About Toastmaster Kalaimani, he is a person who always carries a beautiful smile, and his story of not to do multitasking actually helped me and Toastmaster Nandini when we were waiting for train to reach Chennai to attend Discover 2024. We were sitting in third platform. Just in 2 minutes, we were not listening and we were so much into the conversation. In 1 minute, the last announcement of the train was, the train is going to take off and it is in 4th platform. Then we actually ran and catch the running train to attend Discover 2024. We actually remembered you at that time, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. So it was a fantastic job and thank you for your appreciation. So today I'm the general evaluator for the session. So I'm going to general evaluate each and everything in the meeting, as well as I'm not supposed to do it alone. I have a tag team with me. So I would like to introduce my tag team. First is timer Kriti, Toastmaster Kriti. Please come on stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So we all know in school that how timing is really important, and especially during exam sheets, like teachers tell that 5 minutes more. Ma'am, please give 5 minutes, ma'am. I want to complete that time. That 5 minutes also is very important. So it shows how timing is very crucial. We know. So we have 3 segments today: prepared speeches, and table topics and evaluation segment. So for prepared speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll be showing green card at 5th minute, yellow card at 6th minute, and red card at 7 minutes. 30 seconds buffer will be given. And coming to the table topic segment, you have time limit for that is 1 to 2 minutes. I will display green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. Same 30 seconds buffer will be given for the table topics as well. And before starting table topics also 30 seconds will be given. Coming to the evaluation segment. So for evaluation we have 2 to 3 minutes time limit. Green card I'll show at 2 minutes, Yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds and red card at 3 minutes. Same 30 seconds buffer will be given for the evaluation. All the best to all the prepared speeches and the evaluation. Thank you.
So I would like to introduce accountant for the day, Toastmaster Kaushik.
So we all know that when we speak English, apart from any other language, we have this very bad habit of using etc. All these filler words. So, but, why, etc. So my role is simple. I will be counting all of this with my tab. So with that, I'll come back with the report at the end of the meeting with how many hours or who's or if somebody has not used it at all. So with that, thank you and back to the center.
Thank you. So today luckily we have a very good accountant. Yeah. So I would like to introduce grammarian and listener for the day, Toastmaster Carly.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So I'll be the grammarian for today. Anybody remember the word of the day? Conda. Can someone make a sentence?
Very confusing.
Okay, it's candor. Okay, and the meaning is the quality of being open and honest. So, for as an example, you can say that Toastmasters is a safe place where one can be candor because it's a non-threatening environment for growth and learning. Okay, so what is the importance of grammar? None of us are native English speakers. We've all learned it as a language, right? We're all predominantly from the subcontinent. We are from India. So it's a foreign language for us. But because we were a colony once, it comes more natural to us than our own mother tongue. But if grammar is not going to be in place, it's going to be very disastrous, right? Not just grammar, words, playing around with words can even change the meaning of a sentence. Now, there is something called the Wicked Bible. Anybody heard of the Wicked Bible? The reason it's called the Wicked Bible is because there's this 10 commandments, and there's a commandment that says that thou shalt not commit adultery. But in the printing, the "not" was taken off. Then you can imagine what cacophony would have erupted. So King James had actually charged everyone to go and burn all those editions of Bible. And I think in the 7 continents, there is just one sample kept in libraries. Just for history, that there was an error that happened. So that such is the impact of bad grammar or bad use of language. So here, what I'm going to do today is be very attentive and see who's going to use good diction, good words, idioms, phrases, best use of language. All those will be highlighted at the end. And I'm also playing the role of a listener. So already Toastmaster Monica has kind of encroached and taken about active listening and passive listening and all that. But what I would like to say is that anybody knows when you start to actually hear? When do you actually start to hear?
In the womb.
In the womb. When? Around first trimester, second trimester? Second trimester. So from then, even before you enter this world, you're so attentively listening. And God's given 2 of those now to listen better. So I'm going to play the role of an owl. Observe, then wait and listens. And then I'll come back when the general evaluator calls me on stage to give my report. Over to you, general evaluator.
I'm really appreciated grammarian and listener. She introduced whole technique, so I will make the technique at the end of the session. So at the end of the speaker segment, so I will call upon my team for the reports. So I would like to hand over to the stage Toastmaster of the day, Monica.
With this, we will start our first part of our session, which is prepared speeches. Before calling our first speaker, I would like to call the first speaker evaluator, Toastmaster Nandini, who is taking up this role as the first time.
Hi, good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will be an evaluator for Toastmaster Ramesh, and he is doing his level 1 project 3. His chosen pathway is presentation mastery. His speech title is Leadership Matters. The purpose of the project is to practice using vocal variety and body language to enhance his speech. All the best to my target speaker and to all the speakers. Over to the
Our first speaker for today is a person who always thinks and persuades others to think what's next. He does not like to dwell in the past. All the members of this club will say for sure, he is not just smart or smarter, he is the smartest member of our club. Let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Ramesh, Leadership Matters, Toastmaster Ramesh.
Very good evening to all of you. Thank you so much. Success of any organization is basically on the leader. All of you agree to that? Yes. So any successful organization, leadership matters. If you have a very good leader, he takes the organization to the next level. If you have a very bad leader, the organization falls down. So leadership, if a leader is very competent, he makes sure that the ship reaches a destination. If there is a lead error, he will never take the ship to the destination. Okay? Quality of the leader is the quality of the team. How many of you agree? Speed of the boss is the speed of the team. An organization is known by the men it keeps. How many of you agree to that? An organization is known by the men it keeps. It includes women also. Okay. So, wherever you go to an organization, for example, I take my own hospital where I work. When you come to CMC, a staff member, because CMC is an organization, when you come and meet a person who's a staff member there, if he treats you so well, and he gives you a long-lasting impression about that hospital, and once you go back to your place, how will you refer? Will you say, I met a person by name John in CMC and he did an excellent job? Or you will say, I went to CMC, the care was excellent, the staff were excellent. So what does it mean? As staff, we are all representing a brand of the organization. The organization is a brand, and the staff at the forefront, okay, should be right. The forefront should be right so that it resonates with the background quality as well. Okay? How the staff can be so efficient? So the leadership, the administration part should be so, it should trust its employees first and foremost. Because everything starts with trust. If I have an employee, if I trust him well, he will give us best. If as a leader, if I don't trust my team or the staff, will he give us best? No. So leadership starts with trust. Because whenever I go because recently I've been to Bangalore a couple of times, I chose one particular hotel. Because it is not just because it has got a good facility, but the first time when I went there, the interaction that I had with the staff member, the impression that they created. Okay? And every now and then, when I want to go there, I am reminded of that particular hotel and the reception I got. It is not the hotel's name, it is the staff who made an impression. Okay? So, that way, because I went there and the staff were so much, they were very compassionate towards all the customers. And whenever you are there in the corridor and say, hello sir, how are you sir? It is not by compulsion. You will feel that they are really prepared to say hello to you. Okay? And a coffee boy there, he said, when I interacted with him, he said, do you love your job? Because being at the leadership role, it's a spontaneous question. Without any hesitation, he said, yes. What makes you love your job? That's a question that I had to him. And he said, the support I get from my administration. Whoever passes by me will ask you, hello, do you want something from our side so that you can deliver the best to our customers? Okay? And not one particular person, all the person at the peer level also supported him every now and then. That gave him confidence and it was a paradise for him to work there. Okay? Mind you are showing green card and it's so as a leader you cannot be in touch with all the customers who come to your organization, but as a leader, when you take care of your employees, they will take care of your customers. Okay? So our role is to have very good perception about our own employees. We should first and foremost believe, yes, they are the right fit for our organization. If you have doubt about your own staff, they will not deliver the best. And also we need to show empathy towards our staff, because they come from different background. One day they'll be in a very sound mood, one day they'll be in an off mood, and as a leader we need to understand and support them as and when it is required. Okay. So next time, dear fellow Toastmasters, when you are going to be in a leadership role, please show empathy and have positive perception about your own staff. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Toastmaster Ramesh for such a thoughtful speech about leadership qualities. Now let's maintain 1 minute of silence for the speaker evaluator to note her points. It's a gentle reminder, when a speaker is speaking, nobody should leave the room. Okay? Now, before going to our second speech, I would like to call the speaker evaluator for our second speaker, Toastmaster Carol.
So my target speaker, Toastmaster Monish, is doing his strategic relationship pathway, level 3, project 1. And so All the best to you, Monish. Over to you, Monish.
Our second speaker of the day is a person who will always think outside the box. He is always creative, curious, and passionate in learning new things, and he likes to do the regular things in a different way. With no further delay, let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Monish. Toastmaster Monish, did you know your network? Did you know your network, Toastmaster Monish?
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. Before starting this timer, just give me some leeway. So before starting this session, this project wants me to talk about network. So this project wants me to give introduction or talk about networks. So this speech is kind of a forced speech wherein I have to speak about, explain about networks. So with that, I'll start the speech. Thank you. Until recently, I thought network is equal to asset minus liabilities. But 6 months ago, I got a different opinion. The opinion is because of one quote, which I already knew. But I understood that quote 6 months ago. That quote goes like this: your network is your net worth. I want to hear from audience why we say network is our net worth. So give an introduction. Network is nothing but people we know. Net worth is nothing but the assets we own.
We get many insights from you.
Sorry?
We get new insights.
New insights from anybody else?
I remember a quote which says, you are an average of the 5 people that you hang out with every day.
Okay.
So the better people you know, the better partner, the better money, the better this,
Better opportunities.
opportunities.
We almost got an answer. So till now we saw what of a network. So this speech has 3 parts. What is network? Network. Why we need a network, and how to do it. So we are moving from what to what. Let's see why. Network is our network. Network is opportunities. Let's say me and Bharat are in software line, and Bharat knows there is an open position in his company, and he refers me. I attend it, I get selected, and the remuneration for it is double of what I earn. Just because of that network, that is Bharat I know, I got that opportunity. Network is nothing but opportunities. This can be better explained with 2 misconceptions we have. The first misconception is we think that network is something related to professional, but actually our parents are the first network we have. Think of 2 situations. In the first situation, you're born to a wealthy family who is exposed politically, and you're born as an orphanage. In which situation you will be well off? Obviously, it is first situation. So, network is our network. The second misconception is we think the people we know is our network. Actually, it is not. More often, we need help from friends of friends. Which means that if I know Toastmaster Monica, friends of Toastmaster Monica is also my network. So those are the 2 misconceptions that I wanted to address in network. We saw what, we saw why, and let's get into the most important part, that is how to network. Network has one most important aspect, that is it can be explained in one word. It is called as strategic relationship. My entire path is related to, is termed as or titled as strategic relationship. What do you mean by strategic relationship? It means that both the parties in that relationship gets to have the fruit. In simple terms, it is win-win situation for both the parties. That's called a strategic relationship. Even the antagonistic India and Pakistan has this strategic relationship in some cases in the international arena. let's move on to next part of how to do it. We saw the aspect of our network, that is a relationship. A relationship should be a win-win situation for both the parties. Now let's move on to the life cycle of network. It starts with creating a contact. It moves on to maintaining a contact, and finally ends with restructuring a contact. Restructuring a contact is nothing but ending a fancy way of saying ending a contact with somebody. And again it starts from first, that is creating another contact. We have some idea about how to manage, that is maintaining contact, and obviously it is easy, stop speaking to somebody, the contact is over. But we face difficulties in the first part, that is creating contact. There are three steps in creating a contact. First is to initiate first step is to initiate a conversation. We are not gifted like our Toastmaster, gifted extrovert like Toastmaster Vani. So I know it's the most difficult part, but we have to bite the frog. The first step is to initiate a conversation. You will be having an added advantage if you can make a graceful smile like our Toastmaster Monica. So we initiated a conversation, and it moves on to the next part, that is we started a conversation, it moves on to the next part, that is inner conversation. Inner conversation always asks open-ended question. What do you mean by open-ended question? Nothing means, it is opposite of closed-ended question. What is closed-ended question? Any question that leads to yes or no answer is a closed-ended question. Anything else is an open-ended question. Also, ask more questions about the opposite person you have. I still remember one incident in our district session. Toastmaster Manikandan. When I congratulated Toastmaster Manikandan, he said, "Thank you, Monish." I was surprised that he remembers my name. The only contact I had with him was 2 times. Last to last district session, division session, and this time. But I don't know how he knows my name. But from then on, I know his name. Because previously, I know he's a champion, but I don't know his name. From that moment, I remember his name. So when you are in a conversation, always give priority to the opposite person. That is the second part. And finally, show an intention to have that conversation or contact keep going. So that is how you create a contact. A maintaining contact we know, and ending in contact is obviously easy one. So Toastmasters, we saw 3 parts. What is network, why we need to do network, and how to do network. So this is all you have to know when it comes to network. There might be tips and tricks here and there, but this is the complete framework. Thank you. Over to you,
Thank you, Toastmaster Monish, for such a nice speech. Now let's maintain 1 minute of silence for the speaker evaluator to note for the sense. hear some interesting news from the past week. Now I request the news master for today, the calm, composed and elegant Toastmaster, Toastmaster Madhubala.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. I've got some exciting news across the globe in the past 24 hours. First, I'll start with the national news. History meets politics. After Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, our Narendra Modi ji has become the third Prime Minister for a consecutive time. Some distressing news from the Middle East. 210 Palestinian refugees were killed in airstrikes while trying to rescue just 4 Israeli hostages held by Hamas. The stark contrast, Koreans have adopted a different kind of warfare. They have used North Koreans have used garbage-filled balloons to attack the South Koreans, and in retaliation, South Koreans have used a different way. They have used loudspeakers to give propaganda messages to collapse the government in the south, in the north. Next, in this age where India is trying to find a cure for cancer and HIV, still there is a country in the world which is grappling with polio virus. India is declared polio free like 2 decades ago, but still there is one country which has declared 5 cases of polio in the last 6 months. It is none other than Pakistan, which is the nearest neighbor. Okay, this is for the people who use mobile phones in the bathroom. Brazil's ex-mayor mistakenly joins online Zoom meeting for all its council members while sitting on toilet. So that's the news for today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhubala ji. Today we have news from all the journals. Before calling the third speaker, I would like to call the speaker evaluator, Toastmaster John.
Okay, so my target speaker Kriti is going to be doing her, I don't know if I have to call it a speech, but it's a project because it's her 4th project of the presentation mastery, and as part of the project the member is supposed to get exposed to the talent of creating a podcast by itself. And during the speech slot here, she is going to be speaking about the podcast and presenting a part of this podcast that she has created. I'm looking forward to this.
Our third speaker for today is Toastmaster Kriti. She always strives towards excellence, and she can be anything and everything. After seeing her Instagram reels, I would surely say she is a perfect combination of class and mass put together. Now let's welcome Toastmaster Kriti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. So,
rapid.
Can you hear?
Sleep or sleep? Coffee or tea? What coffee? Okay, friends. Burgers or pizza? Burger.
a little bit hint has already been given. So I welcome you all to Kriti's Adda. Here, where you will witness engaging and insightful conversations about fashion, lifestyle, and influencers world. I have opened my own podcast. So you who all have come here for entertainment, who all have come here to learn some tips and tricks about how social media influencers work, and this is the right place for you all. And do you know, anyone know what's the meaning of Adda? Why did I keep my name Kriti's Adda? Adda, do anyone knows the meaning of Adda?
It's the
Correct.
Addi.
Yeah, it's a place where you feel comfortable, friendly, and you have informal conversations, and you feel all kinds of audience. Why I kept Addas, but all kinds of audience are welcome to my podcast, and it is friendly. It's not too much professional. So all kinds of different kinds of audience are welcome to my podcast. So first episode which I had, can I have the next? Yeah. So this is the thing which I said, my introduction for my own podcast channel. I have opened it in Spotify. So can we go to next? Yeah, so the episode 1 which I had shooted is feeding the feed inside the life of a social media food influencer. So who all are crazy about food here? Who loves food? Like normal eating was like all are crazy about food, right? Trying different kinds of food. So I thought why not choose this as the first episode. So she's a social media influencer. She's famous in Vellore. Her Instagram handle is Plate Gali, where she shows lot of outlets in Vellore and around Vellore also. So you will get to know more about podcasts. Let you enjoy the show.
Hello all, welcome to my podcast. Let me introduce myself. I am Kriti, a software engineer by profession. My hobbies are listening music, journaling, and also listening to podcasts. This is where it led me to here. I thought, why not create a podcast of my own? So we all love social media, right? We got a lot of information through it. And the second most thing we also like is binging on food. So to connect both, we have a very special guest with us. She's a renowned digital creator who has expertise in showcasing food outlets in Vellore, Chennai and Bangalore. She has a most famous page on Instagram, The Plate Card. She also helps promoting other businesses through her social media marketing skills. She has her very own social media marketing company which is called as Ahir. She has made a significant mark for herself throughout Vellore. Let's give a warm welcome to the guest for today's podcast, Shriti.
So actually it is a form of audio. I had shooted in video but I had uploaded it in audio. So it's a bits and pieces.
Welcome to my podcast. Hi, Kriti. Thank you for having me. So, to begin with, can you share a bit about your background and how you got into this field?
Sure. So I was doing my journalism.
Hi, Shriti. Welcome to my podcast.
Hi, Kriti. Thank you for having me.
So, to begin with, can you share a bit about your background and how you got into this field?
Sure. So I was doing my journalism in my undergraduate. So I was in Chennai when I was studying, and weekends were all about food and going out, hanging out with my cousin and stuff. So my mother was like, why don't you start something useful out of it? And that is when I started this page for Legacies. So how the name came is we were just thinking about something creative, quirky, crazy kind of stuff. So, and then we ended up with Plate Gali, which was basically to also promote everyone should empty the plate after they eat food outside or even at home. So, they should not waste food is what we wanted to convey, as well as we eat food, right? So, the end part, the conclusion is to empty the plate. So, that's why we came out with Plate Gali. And that has now become like a recognition for me, which is like, I'm not able to change it up.
So, Gali here in Tamil it is empty, right?
Yes, yes.
So, inspiration is your mom who motivated you to start the page, like to start this food outlets, to start your digital marketing food and showcasing the food places.
My mother was the person who told me to, who just gave me a seed to plant it in my brain, something like that.
Okay.
I would say she was the person who planted the seed, but Inspiration, I had there's a person called Futak Chennai on Instagram. She posts only vegetarian places in Chennai, and I was actually following her because I was a vegetarian back then. So because of that, I learned a lot about what has to be done on social media and all that stuff, and I learned what is food blogging, and then I started it. So the current Instagram is totally different from what it was back in 2017-18, which is when I started the page. So 2018, Instagram was all about pictures and writing content about it. And food blogging was the same. We have to take pictures, post good pictures, and write a good description about reviewing the food. So since I was doing journalism, I was more into photojournalism, where I learned photography, and that made me go into food photography for the blog. And also, like, I was doing journalism, right? So there I learned things that I have to use for the reviewing part, the description part. Now it's all about reels, which is also been taught trending. Yeah, which is trending, but it was taught to me when I was in my undergraduate. So journalism had everything, like radio, video, and photography. Everything was there. So that is where everything was taught to me. And now I feel like, okay, I did the right decision doing my journalism, and now that's been helping me throughout.
Good, never thought a journalism career like which you have taken can also teach you become a social media influencer.
Yeah.
Really nice to hear that. So may I know what is your process of creating engaging and visually appealing content? How do you do that?
Okay, so I just think of what will make me tempt through a phone. Through a content, what will tempt me to go and eat that particular food is what I usually think when I capture. So to me, if you look at my videos, to me it's about the food, the elements in the food, like the bite of the food that we take, the first spoon of the food that we take, the dessert and everything. So I mostly focus on capturing those visuals in the video format. And in the food photography, I would usually focus on taking a proper zoomed out picture, like a normal picture, and then close-ups of the elements of the food, which will actually tempt people. And that's what I usually follow.
So you have to learn even your photography skills also. Like, okay, which is, or do you have any other person who takes photo, or you yourself mostly?
It's like me doing something that I like. So obviously I have to start doing it, right? So I started learning everything from the scratch. So the first picture that you might see on my page would be totally kiddish than the one that we take right now, which we grown and learned a lot, enhanced the skills. And I also have a team which will be coming with me, who will be helping me for reels and stuff like that right now. Mostly the content is done by me because I am a person who likes satisfaction. And if we don't get the satisfaction, it's like I go get into the field and start working. So in that case, it's me who does it. Very few videos.
So I'm stopping a bit. I'll play bunny snippets so that you go and hear the whole podcast. I'm not revealing the entire thing here. Let me go to the one of the segment.
So now let's have some rapid fire food questions. Okay? It should be fast, it should be rapid.
Okay, I'm excited.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Coffee or tea?
Cold coffee.
Okay, preference. Burgers or pizza?
Burgers.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Spicy or mild?
Mild.
Chocolate or regular?
Chocolate.
Sushi or tacos?
Sushi.
Okay, wine or beer? Do you drink?
I drink beer.
Okay. Fries or onion rings?
Fries.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Ice cream cone or cup?
Cone.
Popcorn or chips?
Popcorn.
Smoothie or milkshake?
Smoothie, because I started some healthy lifestyle kind of thing.
Okay. Now this is, as you said, healthy. Apples or oranges?
Apple.
Breakfast or dinner?
I love breakfast.
Okay. So as a food blogger also, do you cook food like cook stuff and
I love cooking. I mean, I started and I had a lot of bad dishes come out of my cooking, and now I am doing like really good. I love making smoothies. I love decorating the smoothies and stuff. And I love actually cooking breakfasts. And next comes food. I mean, rice, biryani, and stuff like that.
And so let's ask, what's your guilty pleasure food? Like after you eat, you be like, why did you eat it? Guilty pleasure.
There's also vegetarian friendly. I mean, if you say vegetarian, top 5 vegetarian places in Vellore, I would say Lalit Vihar. It's a great place. They have good Marwari thali, Punjabi thali, and stuff like that. It's a great place. And their fulkas are really good. And Gyan Vaishnav Dhaba and Chai Gali is another veg friendly place. I don't think that there's a lot of veg friendly places in Vellore. Only veg only places in Vellore. But these are really good. These are really good places.
Okay, so coming apart from food, you said you collaborated with jewelry brands and other craft shops. So do they come, how do you approach them, or they themselves approach you regarding content creation, or how?
So if brands need promotions, they'll come and text me, or they'll come connect with me, and the marketing head if there are any. So they'll come connect with me, we'll discuss, and then things will get started that way.
Because I've seen there, not few also know, not many people doing jewelry shop and all. It's not like they have done ads maybe, but no one has come through social media as such and promoting their business.
There are a lot of people in Chennai who do that. In Vellore, it's very few, and jewelers. I mean, I know a lot of jewelers in Vellore. And everyone have connected with me either through word of mouth or else knowing personally and stuff like that.
Okay. So if you have, for example, you do one jewelry shop you have done promoted, and you're promoting another jewelry shop. So won't it be a conflict between them, like any?
So if I'm posting a food place, there's also another food place that I post about.
Correct.
If there's no conflict, this shouldn't have a conflict. So basically, I am a person who delivers people, brands and places and stuff. So I do that. So it's not a conflict. Anyways, they are in Vellore, they have business conflicts. I mean, competitions. So that way, there will not be any conflicts.
So
the time given was 10 minutes and the podcast is for an hour. You can listen it on Spotify if you want, you can scan it. I'll send the link in the group. This is the first start. Actually, there were a lot of things which I could have done as a project, but this podcast has stuck to me and I thought, okay, why not start a podcast of my own? So you can listen to the entire podcast when it's in. Thank you.
Now let's maintain 1 minute of silence for the speaker evaluator to note response. Now let's have 10 minutes break and then we will continue the session.
Yeah.